Hello, good day everyone, and welcome to another video discussion for econometrics. So, pardon my voice if it's not clear, if it's not audible enough, because I'm still experiencing symptoms of flu and it's still difficult to pronounce the words accurately. So, just bear with me and bear with my discussion for this day. So, our topic will be assumptions and analyzing linear regression. So I've sent this PowerPoint presentation to 2B. So for 2A, I will be sending you a copy of this also. So this is just a limited, no, not limited. This is just a quick summarization of the assumptions in analyzing linear regression. So we have discussed also previously before midterm examination, what is regression, di ba? Regression is the dependency of one dependent variable to one or more independent variables. So that's regression. So when you say linear regression, it means the dependency of one dependent variable to one independent variable. Linear regression or simple regression. And then if there's two or more nga independent variables, then that is called multiple regression. Okay? If usa lang nga independent, that is linear or simple. And then if the independent is two or more, then that is multiple regression. So let's dig into the assumptions. So what is the purpose of these assumptions? So the purpose of this is supposed to be you need to follow all of these assumptions in order to continue with analyzing data using regression. Kay if you are not following the assumptions here, if the variables you're using is not aligned with supposed to be the assumption in analyzing linear regression, then you cannot proceed with um analyzing that data accurately. Diba? Dapat mo follow ka ani nga mga assumptions. Especially from assumption number 1 to assumption number 3. Important dyan siya kayo. Ang 1 and 2, very important. And um I've already tasked you to do to search for a data set, diba? Nahitabo naman ako na itong gihatag sa inyo ha. So, and I've said na dapat continuous variable because that is the first assumption, okay? Your dependent variable should be measured at the continuous level. Okay? The dependent variable must be continuous. So, na-discuss naman ni nato, di ba? Continuous ng mga variable. It can be in interval or ratio ng mga data sets. So, that's the assumption number 1. It's the first. The second assumption is your independent variable should also be measured at a continuous level. So kung ang dependent variable continues, same with independent. So that's why I've told you na the data sets must be all continuous variables. Continuous dapat ang iyahang ang data sets na i-use for regression. Next assumption, number 3, there needs to be a linear relationship between the two variables. So, linear relationship. Nag-discuss po ani. Linear relationship, linear association. So, meaning na ay correlation. Diba? So, we tested correlation. We use Microsoft Excel in order to calculate the correlation of the variables, diba? So, it is also needed here, diba? In regression, kinahanglan na apoy linear relationship. And we can identify a relationship based on either calculating the correlation or by simply utilizing a scatter plot. So, di ba, naggamit naman tag scatter plot. We discussed about the different quadrants, di ba? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then, dapat, ang muingon kang linear relationship, so dapat na-azoy line, di ba? Dili siya scattered lang ang dots sa scatter plot. So, muingon kang linear relationship, naagoy line, naagoy visible na line na ma-form ang mga dots sa scatter plot. So that's assumption number 3. So sa'yo na scatter plot, kaya na ninyo buhaton even using cellphone. So that's assumption number 3. Next assumption, number 4. There should be no significant outliers. We also discussed about outliers before, di ba? So an outlier is an observed data point that has a dependent variable value that's very different to the value predicted by the regression equation. As such, an outlier will be a point on a scatter plot that is vertically far away from the regression line, indicating that it has a large residual. So outliers, naa siya wa siya mo sunod sa pattern. Kung na may pattern na ma-form sa pag scatter plot nimo, siya ang katong na nalahi yun dito ba? Na siya na ang nausa dito nalahi siya. And layo siya sa regression line, indicates that it has a large residual. So ang outlier, ang residuals ato ang difference gikan sa regression line, gikan sa katunga point, certain point kung asa to ang outlier, ang usa nga data nga mo'y nagpalahi. Okay? So there should be no significant outlier. So this is an example, di ba? So kung mao ni ang regression line kaning red, and then ang kaning may dot, kaning nabilugan diri mao ni siya ang outlier. So there should be no outlier kani siya. Wala unta ni siya. And then it should have a linear relationship such as this one, di ba? Dili siya kay scattered lang all over the place. Dapat naagad ing ani. And this is the regression line kaning puwa. This one nag-i-encirculan, this is the outlier. So that's assumption number 4. Next, assumption number 5, you should have independence of observation, which you can check using Durbin-Watson statistic. So this test, it can be, we can utilize Microsoft Excel or Stata, but tomorrow I'll be discussing further about Durbin-Watson statistics during our econometrics laboratory kay ato siyang i-apply using Stata ang kaning Durbin-Watson na statistic. Okay, so we will discuss further about this Durbin-Watson statistic on our next discussion. Next assumption is number 6. Your data needs to show homoscedasticity. Okay. Pardon my pronunciation because I lack the S today because of my sipon. Ang hirap i-pronounce ng S. Again, so your data needs to show homoscedasticity, which is where the variances along the line of best fit remain similar as you move along the line. So it can be further explained if you can see it visually. So ingani. So look at the 3 scatter plots. Okay, and then 2 of the data, first and second, this one and this one, it is heteroscedasticity. So it failed the assumption. And as you can see, naa siya more pointed nga part, di ba? Naa siya, for example, kaning first na mura siya naka-concave, di ba? And then the other one is more siya naka-convex or baliktad. Again, naka-convex ang first, naka-concave ang kaning second. So if this is what it visually looks like if when you do a scatter plot. So it is a heteroscedasticity. And then if the other one, the third scatter plot, this third example, it meets the assumption nga dapat homoscedasticity. Diba? So wala siya pointed nga angle. Murag, lang gid siya. Ganyan lang siya, scattered lang siya, pero still following the regression line. Okay? Kali kasi siya, murag pointed siya, pero still following the regression line. But this one, dili siya, homoscedasticity siya. Ingani siya visually makitaan. So that's assumption. Let's go back a bit. That's assumption number 6. Okay? Again, your data needs to show homoscedasticity, which is where the variances along the line of best fit remain similar as you move along the line. Next, assumption number 7. The residuals or errors of the regression line are approximately normally distributed. So residuals or errors are going to regression line. Let's go back here sa kaning nga example. So kani siya. So ang kani siya nga outlier, di ba? Ang residual ng errors coming from here, moving along the line, padong sa regression line. The residual errors, it must be based on assumption number 7. Are approximately normally distributed. And two common methods to check this assumption include using either a histogram with a normal curve or a normal p-plot. So we have also discussed about histogram, di ba? Na kung unsaon paghimog histogram. And then if we discuss about skewed, di ba? Skewed to the left, skewed to the right. Pero if it is not skewed and it is normally distributed, katong naadjud siya yung bell shape, perfectly bell shape siya. So that is normally distributed na type of histogram. And it shows nga the distribution of the residual are normally distributed. And that is assumption number 7. Okay? Residuals of the regression line are approximately normally distributed, and you can check it using histogram or a normal p-plot. So we know naman we can do naman a histogram. So we can check this assumption by using histogram. So that's the 7 assumption for simple or linear regression. So do not be surprised if when analyzing data, one or more of this assumption is violated or not met. So dili gyud ingon tanan jud maka-follow good ka sa 7 assumptions perfectly nga ang imong data perfect jud siya from assumption number 1 to assumption number 7. It is not uncommon when working with real-world data that pag mag-analyze kag data nga perfect dayon siya, di ba? But from assumptions number 1 to 3, dapat jud maka-follow gyud from assumptions number 1 to 3. That is number 1, dependent variable should be continuous level. Assumption number 2, independent variable should be a continuous level, and then there should be a linear relationship. Dapat naa gyud na siya ang assumptions 1 to 3. Mao gyud na ang required, okay? But the other nga mga data sets, there's possibility yun nga dili jud siya ma-met ang kanang assumption. And it's because we are working with real-world data rather than textbook example na often ma-show jud ang linear regression is when everything is perfect. Pero in real-world data, naa gyud na outliers, di ba? Naa gyud na siya. Iligod wa ingon nga perfect na data. Pero we can utilize accurate data in analyzing, di ba? Dili man gani perfect, but still it's accurate and ma-fulfill good ang assumptions 1 to 3, which is very, very important. Okay? So, even if di ma-meet tanan na assumptions from 1 to 7, there's often a solution to overcome those, and one of which we will be discussing in our next discussions rather. So, pero ang 1 to 3 fixed good siya. Fixed good siya. Dili good siya pwede nga dili ma-meet ang kanang assumption coming from 1, 2, and 3. Dapat ma-meet gyud na siya nga mga assumptions. Ang 4 to 7, we can work things out. We can find a solution to overcome that so that we can still utilize the data and use it to for regression analysis. So this is the reference that I've used for this topic. And this concludes my discussion for this day. If you have questions with the assumptions, if there's unclear tungod sa akong pag-pronounce, you can comment in the Google Classroom where I'll be posting this one. So that's it. I'll be ending my presentation. For next discussion will be Durbin-Watson statistics and how we can use that statistic in state. Goodbye, everyone.